Yo, what's going on? Chicago Sports Hub here to give y'all UFC prediction fight night this weekend. Vicente Luque versus Rafael dos Anjos. Let's get straight into it. A few fights to talk about here. Not a lot. A little short episode today, guys. So let's get straight into it. Terrence McKinney versus Mike Brendan. Terrence McKinney, he's 13-5, 28 years old, 2-3 his past 5 fights. Mike, he's 10-5, 34 years old. He's 0-3 in the UFC if you're counting the Contender Series. If you guys remember, past few episodes ago and shit, I had Terrence McKinney. He lost, and I was saying his next fight, he needs to win. And this is the fight. He needs to win this fucking fight. And I see a win coming from Terrence McKinney, honestly, guys. I know he's been losing his past 5 fights and shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like he was going against top prospects in the UFC in his weight class. So I'm going with Terrence McKinney here, minus 320 money line. But if you want to go after the value, I do like his TKO submission. Most of his fights don't leave the first round, so I'm going with Terrence McKinney here, guys. That's what I'm going with here, man. Terrence McKinney. All right, the next fight. Khalil Roundtree versus Chris Daukaus. This one's kind of interesting. Khalil Roundtree, he's 12-5, 33 years old, 3-2 his past 5 fights. Chris Daukaus, he's 12-6, 33 years old. If you guys remember Chris Daukaus, he was originally fighting at heavyweight. He's moving down to light heavyweight. You can't sleep on him. That's all I gotta say. You can't sleep on Chris Daukaus. I know sometimes he'll be losing, but he'll win most of his fights in heavyweight. So, like, the reason why I say you can't sleep on Daukaus is because he used to eat a lot of heavy, hard-ass fucking punches in the heavyweight division. You know, this is light heavyweight. It might not be that much power compared to heavyweight, you know, with those big boys up there. But, listen, I was kind of leaning towards Khalil Roundtree, but he doesn't have grappling skills. Or he doesn't go after the takedowns, wrestling. He's a stand-up guy. He's a stand-up fighter, a striker and shit. And I'm not confident in that with you guys, to be honest with you, man. I'm going back and forth here. I think I'm going to lean towards Chris Daukaus. Only because he looked fast in heavyweight. Curtis Blades said, his punches weren't really effective. He should move down. So I feel like this might be the right fit for Chris Daukaus. Don't be surprised if Khalil Roundtree wins, but I won't be. Listen, I'm leaning towards Chris Daukaus here, only because he's fast, he got the power, he's used to eating those big heavy punches at heavyweight. His fights at light heavyweight, so yeah, man, give me Chris Daukaus plus 148 money line. Give me him. I'm just not confident Khalil Roundtree's his wrestling skills. If he had wrestling skills, bro, I would have won Khalil Roundtree. But this fight is going to be a stand-up. And I think Chris Daukaus might surprise a lot of people this weekend. So, that's what I got, guys. Chris Daukaus beating Khalil Roundtree. It's a tough one. I was going back and forth with it. Let's talk about this next fight, man. Cub Swanson versus Hakeem Dawodu. Hakeem Dawodu, he's 13-3. Cub Swanson, he's 28-13. Both these guys are 3-2 past 5 fights. Cub Swanson, he's 39 years old, though. A little old, but he's an experienced fighter. Hakeem, he's pretty decent. He's a good striker. It's kind of like the last fight I was talking about earlier, guys. Hakeem, he has no ground game, no wrestling game. He's a striker. And I'm kind of worried a little bit, just a little bit. Because Cub Swanson, it's not like he's 1-4 or 0-5 his past 5 fights. Like, he's 3-2 his past 5 fights. That's not bad for a 39-year-old UFC fighter still in the game. So, an experienced fighter like Cub Swanson, I won't be surprised if he goes after the takedowns and tries to wrestle, because that's Hakeem's weakness. So the question is, can Hakeem defend those takedowns? Because Cub Swanson's going to go after it. This is another tough one, guys, but this one, I'm going to go with Hakeem Dawodu minus 250 money line. I think he got it, man. I think he's going to outstrike Cub Swanson. You can't sleep on Cub Swanson either, but I think Hakeem got this one, guys. Let's go. That's what I got. Hakeem Dawodu minus 250 money line. Let's talk about the main event here. This one is really, really, really tough for me to decide, guys. Wow, fuck. All right, Vicente Luque versus Rafael dos Anjos. Vicente Luque is 21-9 with one draw, 31 years old. Rafael dos Anjos, he's 32-14, 38 years old. They're both 3-2 in the past 5 fights. Vicente Luque, he's on a 2-fight loser streak though. This fight is at welterweight. If you guys don't know, Rafael dos Anjos, he goes back and forth in the weight classes, lightweight to welterweight, you know, and well, Rafael dos Anjos for 38 years old, another veteran fighter, like, it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? He's still in the game, and he still got those skills on crisp. Man, this one's tough, guys, because both these guys could grapple, both these guys could wrestle, both these guys could strike. What's kind of worrying me is Vicente Luque. Like, his past 2 fights, like, I feel like he should have won those past 2 fights, and he didn't look really promising. Like, Jeff Neal, he's a great fighter. Bilal Muhammad, I feel like Vicente should have beat Bilal Muhammad, but he didn't. He wasn't really doing much, really doing much in that fight for him to win. Oh, man, guys, this is tough. All right. I'm going to go with... Fuck me, man. Rafael dos Anjos. Give me Rafael dos Anjos, guys. That's what I got for this weekend, beating Vicente Luque. Only because I feel like his ground game might be a little better. And I feel like Rafael dos Anjos, he's more comfortable fighting at welterweight. Prove me wrong, Vicente Luque, because I love Vicente Luque. He's a great fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters in the welterweight division. But, I don't know, I'm kind of worried. He's been losing the past few fights. And he hasn't been looking as promising, with his performance. So... this wasn't, easy to decide, guys, but I got Rafael dos Anjos for the main event. I'm running back for you guys real quick. I got Terrence McKinney, money line, but if you want to go after the value, Terrence McKinney, TKO or submission win. The next fight, Khalil Rountree versus Chris Daukaus. I'm leaning towards Chris Daukaus. I was going back and forth, but that's why I got Chris Daukaus plus 148 money line. The next fight, Cub Swanson versus Hakeem. I got Hakeem minus 250 money line, beating Cub Swanson. And the main event, it was really hard for me to decide, guys, but I got Rafael dos Anjos beating Vicente Luque. That's what I got, guys. Tune in this weekend, UFC. Like, subscribe, share all the other shit. Tune in with us next episode, guys. Let's get it, y'all. Peace out.